Mediocre, that just won't suffice.
It's week 8 of the National Football League, and our focus is on Amari Cooper. He's coming off one of his biggest games in both yards and touchdowns last week. It's the Wizards and the Hawks, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Wizards of Memphis taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis ball club, they've got all W's on the ledger so far, a perfect 6-0.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this season, but they're showing everyone early on that they intend to be there in the end.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to... And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First play, Watson to the air. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Got to hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. To throw is Watson. He's into space past the 15. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Throwing on second and long. Watson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. This complete to David Bell. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Watson off play action. And he's got it. Touchdown. Jordan Akins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Wizards get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. So the Seahawks ready to take over on offense, and it is a first-time Pro Bowler who leads them out, Charles, in his 11th year now, Geno Smith.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Smith. He completes this to Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. But you look at this defense. It's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think with as good as their coverage is, and they're also excellent tacklers, they try to keep things in front of them and either make the tackle or you have to run out of bounds because there's nowhere to go. They'll let them dink and dunk all day long.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
This is caught inside the 15. And touchdown. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Wizards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Geno now to throw. Dancing to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave it with a third down. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him out.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Zadarius Smith drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And taken right at the 35. 44-yard punt, return of 9. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. Hopkins' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Now Geno. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. Getting set to go again, we get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they rattle off a big one. 45 yards.
Amari Cooper. A gain of 45 yards. First down, Wizards.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half.
And the Wizards are able to widen their lead here in this first half. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Just a 4-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing now is Geno.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. Returnable here from the 38. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He's looking deep for Bell. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Throwing again is Watson. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start by heading out west. State Farm Stadium in Glendale. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Gus Edwards with a couple of touchdowns. From there, we head east to check on the Bills at home in Buffalo. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. Josh Allen strong in the victory as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And that one all time. We just watched a strong first half from quarterback Deshaun Watson. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Fighting, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Here's Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bryant. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson. 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Wizards extend their lead yet again. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Seahawks, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now here's Michael Dixon, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
And taken at the 46. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, it's Watson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and putting the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon.
And the Wizards will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes, he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
3 quarters in the books.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st down, Smith. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Now Smith. This complete to Lockett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Out of the gun, Smith.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's to the rookie Jackson Smith-Njigba.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Jackson Smith-Njigba. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To the air again, Smith.
This is Fant on the short completion. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And it'll be intercepted. picked off by Grant Delpit. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
It's a gain of 8, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 2 at the 29-yard line.
So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. Second and a couple. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. They go with Chubb on second down. Sheds him off at the 45. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 40 yards rushing for him now. And he's only carried the ball 4 times.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. Fighting it. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A give. This is Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Memphis, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
the pick and roll shit. Gotta go, we don't move it scary.
Last time a shed a tear, that when Prince died. Cause if we rockin', then you know we rockin' like it's Slipknot. See, this ain't basketball at halftime. We don't switch sides. She thinks she love me, but she fell in love with my rich side. I got